The Headless Monk is most charismatic character in Black Myth Wukong, and that charisma is exactly what makes him terrifying. We adore him for the music, the swagger, the desert performance, but lore reveals he is tied to the corruption of an entire region. He doesn't fight you, he doesn't threaten you, he makes you smile. And that is the problem. Chapter 2 is bleak. The desert feels hostile, spirits are corrupted, humans have become yaoguai. Then you hear it, blong, blong, blong. Rhythmic folk delivery cuts through the tension. The mood shifts instantly. The Headless Monk definitely can be described as a highlight of the second chapter of the Black Myth Wukong. Even in New Game Plus you will still be jamming to his song. He feels like relief. That is the situation, and here is the complication. Lore suggests he is the visage of the Bodhisattva and directly responsible for unleashing corruption across the region. Mountain spirits twisted, people transformed, a once righteous king driven into obsession. So the question becomes, why do we love the character who helped cause the disaster? Because he controls how the story is framed. The Headless Monk power begins with sound. The performance style is based on Northern Shaanxi storytelling, a traditional rhythmic Chinese folk delivery. It's culturally specific, raw and confident. The developers made a smart choice, they didn't flatten it into generic English. The original tone feels authentic. Even the English dub leans into a Scottish-like accent, reflecting the cultural comparison tied to that region in China. The result? The song feels alive. Catchy, rebellious, memorable. Music bypasses logic. It hits emotions first. By the time you begin questioning his role in the story, you already like him. And once attachment forms, suspicion weakens. The music disarms you. The Headless Monk never presents him as a villain. He admits mistakes. He implies he wants to fix them. He guides the Destined One forward. And that positioning is crucial. Because while he nudges you toward action, he never fully explains his involvement. He catalyzes the corruption, but he doesn't deny it directly. He reframes it. Instead of architect of chaos, the Headless Monk becomes a flawed spiritual figure seeking redemption. And who cleans up the consequences? Actually, you do. That is narrative manipulation. He shifts from cause to commentator, and it works. At first, the design feels absurd. A Headless Monk singing in desert is almost comedic, but symbolically it carries weight. Headlessness can represent loss of ego, or divine authority stripped of humanity or power without visible responsibility. There are also historical echoes of Headless Buddha status, damaged symbols of spiritual power. The Headless Monk speaks without a mouth. He guides without eyes. He influences without a visible face. There is a nice description of this character. The power of music comes from the heart, not from the mouth. That line unintentionally captures the design. His authority doesn't feel human. It feels institutional, abstract, untouchable. That is far more unsettling than a monster with claws. But here's where it comes uncomfortable. If the Headless Monk unleashes corruption, and you are the one correcting it, then whose redemption arc are you completing? Possibly his. This may even start questioning identity. Are we real Wukong? Or are we a tool in someone else's design? The monk never forces you, he guides you. He lets you believe you are the hero. Meanwhile, the region is restored and his image softens. That is quiet control. He doesn't dominate, he directs. So why do we still love him? Because charisma is powerful. He contrasts the harsh desert atmosphere. He brings rhythm into decay. He feels vibrant in a dying region. Even after finishing Chapter 2, many players reported faintly hearing his music in the desert. The detail is brilliant, he lingers, not as a threat, but as an echo, as influence. Human psychology prioritizes emotional experience over moral evaluation. We forgive what entertains us, we defend what makes us feel good. And the Headless Monk makes us feel good. That is why we overlook what he represents. The Headless Monk is terrifying not because he attacks you, but because he doesn't. He sings, he entertains, he admits just enough guilt to appear self-aware. He actually guides you into fixing problems he helped to create. And he leaves you smiling. That is control, not through fear, through charm. And that is why everyone loves him, because you never feel manipulated, even though you are. Blong, blong, blong. Thanks for watching, hit that like button, and subscribe for more Black Myth Wukong lore and guide videos at Destined One.